Happy snow day, guys. All right, so today is what, the 4th? Everyone has the school is off, but it is actually gorgeous out today. But I want to take the opportunity to pop on in here. So I am still wearing my early morning wear, which is not typical of me, because I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and my thumb, I'm going to share, you guys can see this and you can see the lines have been drawn around it. My thumb was rock hard. I had a cut on my thumb. If any of you guys have kids, okay, or have experienced this before, there's always something called cellulitis. So what they want to do is make sure you don't have an infection. So I woke up, my thumb was throbbing, it was red. Yesterday, there was a little cut in it. About 8 o'clock last night, it seemed hard, but I was trying to push the pus out, truth be told, because do not really want to go to the doctor or deal with any of this stuff because it was time for it, okay? All right, so anyway, called a friend who is a doctor and was like, you need to go and go have it checked, have them ring you for, cellulitis, make sure it doesn't get there, check to make sure you don't have fever, you're gonna need an antibiotic to kill it, and go from there. So of course I'm thinking it'd be great if I could have an antibiotic that's just topical because I don't want to put antibiotics in my body because I have not had an antibiotic in my body for over 18 months because my health has been so good. So I thought it would be really important to come on here and talk to you guys about this stuff because this is real life stuff. Sometimes you have to do antibiotics. Generally, I will wait a long time, especially with my asthma, because I kind of understand how my body works before I'll add an antibiotic. Sometimes I'll add more asthma medication or steroids before then. But in this case, it needed to be done. It is red and gross, and so sometimes we have to take antibiotics. So they put me on the lowest dose of what you could do, which is good. Hopefully it will react well. I have to take it 3 times a day, every 8 hours. So what I want to talk to you guys about is what's going to end up happening to my gut. Now, I'm a huge gut person. I talk about this in general. Antibiotics in general can destroy the flora, okay, which is what kind of keeps our guts healthy. And remember, 70% of our health is in our gut. So when our guts are off, okay, meaning all the bacteria and yuck and the stuff in there is not working correctly, then our immune system goes down. And when our immune system goes down, then we are more susceptible to other germs and bugs that have been out there. So I, personally, there's a couple things that I want to do, and I want to talk to you guys about what I'm going to do. Some of them are young living. Some of them are just other things that I'm going to do and reasons why, okay? So I'm always looking for an excuse to cut sugar out of my diet, and today is the day. I will do no sugar. Definitely, probably, the antibiotic is 10 days. I would say probably upwards of 21 to 30. If I can continue it longer, that will be amazing. Obviously, natural fruits, my ningxia is different, okay? So this means I am no cookies, no chocolate, nothing that is actually going to feed the bad bacteria in my gut. Okay, so no sugar, lots and lots of water. I will be doubling up on my ningxia, to be honest with you. I take sulfurzyme powder, okay? And the reason why I take the sulfurzyme powder, guys, is one, because it's amazing for your skin and your hair and your nails, but it actually has a prebiotic in it. And so we've talked a little bit about this, but for you guys who are new, prebiotics are things that actually go into your gut and allows the probiotic, which most of you guys have heard of, something to eat, okay? So, I like the sulfurzyme powder because it has it in there. It's super easy. I'm going to show you how I make my drink to have that every day. I will be taking that on top of the fact that I will be taking my Life 9 twice a day, okay? Now, normally I will take my Life 9 once a day, and I will do it in the evening. I will probably try to space these out between my antibiotics. I don't want to take them simultaneously with it, so I want to give my gut an opportunity. So I will take it kind of midway through the day, give or take. Obviously, if something happens and I end up taking it at the same time or in and around the same time, it's not the end of the world. But from a space perspective, giving my gut the ability to be able to do that would be amazing, okay? So here's an old ningxia bottle, okay? These are the ones that I get. Sorry, million, live television. And then we only have one left. My kids are going to freak out. So I'm going to pour this in here. Now, normally I just pour the big bottles, but we are due for our ER order to come. And so I am using the last of the last of the last. So I'm pouring this in here. Now, remember, this is 2 ounces, okay? I have a couple friends who I'm going to call, and my mom has some overabundance that she has at her house that I'm going to grab them from because I'm going to be taking these twice a day. So, just get all the goodness out. Okay. Sorry. All right, so then I'm going to take the sulfurzyme powder, okay? These are grapefruit spoons because they're fine for me. If you have funnels, you can do the same thing. And I just take, it's about a teaspoon, pour it in there. Okay, I already had filled water in here. Sometimes I'll add an oil, sometimes I won't. Right now I'm just not gonna do that because they're across the room. Okay, I'm gonna shake that, I'm gonna drink this. So I am going to probably make 2 of these a day, all right, while I am on the antibiotic, and we'll see how my gut does. I want you guys to listen to something. So on the back of the antibiotics, and I thought this is super important, it says, real important information, finish all medication, may cause diarrhea. If the diarrhea persists, you need to call a doctor, okay? Or, obviously go see your physician, especially if it continues afterwards. The reason why is because when you start to get diarrhea, your gut is all sorts of jacked up by then, right? Because your body we don't want things to be too loose and we don't want things to be too hard, right? So they're already putting the warning on here. So, and I already know all this stuff, right? Because it's just something I've known and over my, life of trying things, okay? But I want you guys to think about this. Your gut is like a field of bacteria, right? And obviously you want it to be good bacteria. So you want this big, beautiful green lawn that's amazing inside your gut, okay? That keeps your body super healthy. And just picture something in the summertime. What you don't want it to look like is in the spring when it's all muddy and gross, or the fall when everything starts to die and the ice is on top of it. And you see random kind of dark green, brown, pieces of grass in there. You don't want that, because what's gonna happen is that means your gut is not doing well. So you could notice that because you get stomach things. You have diarrhea, you have constipation, you have, you're sluggish. You're feel like you're sleeping all the time. You're sick all the time. Your immune system is super low. Let's see, what else? I'm just trying to think of anything. You feel like you're constantly just picking up germs and being sick. There's so many different ways that your body can manifest this. So what I really want to make you guys understand is every day I do this and I take this every day. Okay. Now that I'm adding an antibiotic that is going to wreak havoc on my immune system and on my gut, and I know this because I've been so healthy. I do not want to get sick. I do not want to weaken my immune system. So I will make sure I will double up on both of these. If I'm traveling, guys, these are the kid scent ones. The kid scent ones are awesome because they actually have, and they come in little packets like this, a 30-day supply. So obviously, if you have 3 kids, you're getting 3 packs. They taste like little pixie sticks. I have them. When I travel, because they're super easy, I take these because I tend to keep my Life 9 in the fridge. They're individually sealed. I just crack it open, throw it in my mouth. It just tastes like a quick pixie stick. I will take 2 of these. If I was traveling, I would take 2 of them at a time on a good day. With antibiotics, I would take 4, okay? So these are just easy. Sometimes people like them to throw in their purses as something during the day. And if I'm out and about, I might do this during this cold, okay? That will keep my gut. Cool thing is these are pre and probiotic. Again, you need the pre in order for the pro to have something to eat, okay? You gotta have both, all right? And the reason why they actually made it for kids like this is because a lot of kids will go through a phase where they're oh no, I'm just gonna eat, everything white, and they're not really having a balanced diet. You want fermented foods that help your gut, okay? That is what a prebiotic is for an adult. So something like kimchi, something like kombucha, skinned fruits, anything that is fermented is great for your guts, okay? So a lot of people in general are not getting that, and that's why I highly recommend that people do the sulfurzyme powder. There are 2 ways of doing the sulfurzyme. One is a capsule. It does not have the prebiotic in it, okay? You need to have it as a live culture like this that you shake into water. It is sweet, so you do not need to have the ningxia with it. You could just do it straight up by itself. You could actually add it into a cup of warm water if you wanted to. It's just yummy tea, but you could add it into anything that you want to and just get it into your body, okay? So inevitably, your kids, your spouse, someone you love, your aunt, your uncle is going to be on antibiotics, or maybe people who take a lot of medication in general. You really, really, really want to think about how to support your gut and what's the best thing for it, okay? So that's my little tip of the day. If you guys have questions particularly about something you are taking, you can definitely Google it. Most doctors now will talk about prebiotics. A lot of prebiotics it's like anything. Things are not created equally. I have had, over the course of my lifetime, tons of different kinds of prebiotics that I have tried. I really do like this Life 9 one. First of all, I love the fact that it has a really high content of cultures and they can stay alive without being in the fridge, but also it's infused with oils. And I'll be honest with you, the oils actually do really, really help boost your immune system. If I do start to feel a little wonk, and I don't feel great, guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna start probably taking oregano, okay? Or I'm gonna add in these inner defense capsules that I actually do love. They look like this. Oh, sorry. They have oregano and thyme in them, so they're very strong. You do not want to take them on an empty stomach. But if you're feeling like you need to kill some stuff, this is not something you take all the time. Like if you feel like a little bit of sickness coming on, or like not feeling 100%, I will double down, take 2 of these a day, like one in the morning and one at night for like 2 days, and try to kick it out, because oregano is super strong and it kills all the yuck. Okay, but then you do have to put all the good bacteria back in there. And then I will always continue to take my multi-greens, which you guys cannot see because the light is super weird right now. Oh, why is so weird? Okay. That's so weird. Anyway, multi-greens, you'll have to trust me, they're green. I take those every day, and the reason why I do is because most of us are not getting dense nutrients. We're just not. I mean, even as a vegetarian, we don't get it because the way that our food is cooked, even though it's organic, we're just not getting enough of it. Same reason why I do the 2 ounces of this every day, okay? I understand it's sweet. I understand it has natural sugars in it. But guys, here's the deal. Nobody is getting the antioxidants that they need to keep their body healthy. And it's not because people aren't trying. It's just the way that our society is right now. I mean, maybe there are some people who are like off the grid and, you know, it's just not accessible for where we are living close to a city. The supermarkets I go to, even if I am having all organic, it also has to do with, a lot of it is the sunlight that's happening right now. We don't get a lot of it, right? So it affects the vitamin D levels in our body, so everything's a little bit off. So flooding yourself, especially when you're tired or lethargic, with antioxidants is going to wake you up and make you feel good and keep your gut healthy, okay? All right, so I hope that was helpful for everybody. As always, I am here to answer questions. As I said to you guys in my last video, I'm going to start coming live every day. If it's not me, it's going to be someone else in the group. You're going to see an influx of more information and daily things that are happening, right? This is a daily thing. I woke up, I had a finger infection, I had to do stuff. I will talk a little bit more about the soaks that I'm going to do for this. I will be doing hydrogen peroxide soaks, which means I pretty much take a whole bunch of hydrogen peroxide, put it in a bowl with a little bit of water, and I'll soak it for 5 to 10 minutes to help just to let it ooze out, to give everybody extra details that helps with that. That was actually something that was recommended to me by a physician, and I've done that before. I was actually cleaning it pretty aggressively, but now I'm really going to soak it for like 10, 15 minutes to help relieve the pressure and to kind of get the stuff out. I will also use probably some different oils. During the process when it was starting to look like it was a little infected, I started using tea tree. I use purification to keep it clean, just like you would like an antiseptic. I will diffuse a ridiculous amount of thieves, and I will put thieves all over my body as well to keep my immune system high. I did put, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I put into my story, as soon as I got into the Minute Clinic, I looked around and everyone's coughing and everyone's sick, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, nope, I don't want to be here. This is why I'm like, I almost wanted to put a mask on myself. So I actually took my thieves, took it all over my hands, rubbed it I just took like a couple drops, rolled it all over my hands, and I actually went in the back of my neck and started breathing it in. There have been times, and I actually have a nasal inhaler, so I didn't do this. There have been times where I've done that, especially when I'm playing, put a couple drops on, take the tip of my fingers, and they're clean, and put it around my nose. It is spicy and strong, but I don't want those germs coming in. So I want to protect myself within the doctor's office that way to do that. So there are little definite things to do, because sometimes you need to have antibiotics. Sometimes you have to go to the Minute Clinic. Sometimes you have to take your kids and you're healthy and you're trying to keep yourself healthy. So thieves it up, my friends. Do your antioxidants, do your probiotics, do your prebiotics, okay? This is not super complicated. Continue to clean your liver, with your warm water and putting lemon essential oil. Sometimes I will say ginger every morning, just to get your body kicking and flowing. Drink your water, okay? These are all just very basic things, even though it is frustrating. You can't even tell you how irritated I was with this whole experience this morning, but this is life and you have to deal with it. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Questions as always. Goodbye.